Just another time that Meowth has been upstaged by a Persian.
Oh, you chose the word upstage. I was going to say cucked. Another time a Persian cucks me out.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the greatest Pokemon podcast you've ever heard. It is one that we like to call To Kill A Delibird. It's the podcast that we take a look through the Pokemon anime. We're still very early into it, but we look through the anime, we talk through the plot, make fun of it, compare it to some literature, and do some ratings on the episode in the most objective manner possible. I'm Kellan, one of the hosts, as per usual. I'm the one that knows a lot about Pokemon, and my co-host is the one that knows absolutely fuck all about it. It's Graham. Graham, how you doing?
I'm doing great. You know, I know more about Pokemon than the average person, but it's definitely a skewed curve in the Pokemon world. There's those who know a lot about them. The average is nowhere near that long tail. That's why we got you, that beautiful tail. Talk about distributions, talking about stats. Are you with me, people?
We're always with
Shout
you.
out in the comment for stats. We love stats. We love stats.
So today we're going to take a look at two more episodes. It's The Problem with Paris, and it is the Song of Jigglypuff. How do you like these episodes?
They're similar, but also
They're great.
different. They express things about, I think, striving for success and come at them from different angles. So they're interesting for sure. Again,
I thought they were funny.
So they were funny. They were funny as well. You know, when you were introing, I was thinking, like you said, we're very early on. So we've watched like 50 episodes.
Almost, yeah.
Like we'd be on like season 4 of some anime. Isn't that crazy?
And we've barely scratched the surface here.
The surface.
Yeah, we're gonna be here for a long time.
Yeah, why didn't
Strap
we pick
in,
something
fellas.
something short like One Punch Man? Why did we pick Pokemon?
It was your idea, man.
It was my
You were the
idea.
one at Christmas that was like, I want to do a
podcast. It's your fault that the only thing you can talk about for this long is Pokemon.
You didn't have to go to me about it. You could have started a podcast with anybody else.
Oh, it had to
but you
be
came
you,
to
buddy.
me.
You know that. You know in your heart. It had to be you.
I don't know. Could have been
what else am I
literally
going to do? I don't have chemistry with other people. What else am I going to do a podcast with my cats? Come on, cats. Let's do a podcast about how we hate dogs.
That would probably do better than this one.
Yeah, I'd get headlines. Man does podcast with his cat. He's clinically insane. So, did you play another 400 hours of Tears of the Kingdom this week?
Yeah, I looked at my stats about an hour ago or so before I watched these episodes. I am at 130 hours.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Does that much time even exist?
Yeah, apparently.
Holy cow.
It's the beauties of not having a job.
Somebody employ this man, please.
But let me play Zelda, too.
As a career.
Yeah.
Okay,
I know that would
I
be
hope your
Twitch
employer
streaming.
doesn't listen to this podcast.
What if this podcast was my employer? No,
Oh,
that
that'd
would
be
be
the
cool
best.
too.
That would be the best. If you want to pay us, email us at 2killadelibird, and we'll
just send a wire transfer.
We'll meet you in a back alley. No, we won't. That's dangerous.
Meet you behind the Denny's.
Oh yes, the classic Denny's. Meet you in the Timmy's parking lot there, bud.
Oh yeah, get a fucking double.
Oh yeah, and a maple dip.
Oh yeah, a maple dip. That sounds good, bud. Oh fuck yeah.
Oh fuck yeah.
I want a donut now, thank you.
You can have a donut.
That would require going outside.
You can make a donut.
That would
making
require
donuts
ingredients.
I don't actually know how to make donuts. I made a donut once when I was a kid. I took a cooking class where we made donuts.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't remember. I was like 8 years old. So I got a bit of a new thing for you this week. You know, I was doing stuff like listing up podcasts that's sort of like David Letterman-esque lists in the past. Last week I tried something completely new and hypothesized a world where Point Break had gone on for 10 movies and what that would be like.
Yeah, it was something.
It was something. Yeah, that's all we'll say about that. Check out last episode if you
It was
care
one of the
about
bits
Point
of the
Break.
podcast. So.
It was a bit, yes. Check out last episode if you are interested in Patrick Swayze and Keanu Reeves' 1991. I was going to call it a masterpiece, but it's just a movie. Point Break, because I talk about that movie a lot for some reason. Now, at the end of last episode, though, Kellan revealed that during the literary hour, I could say anything and he would agree. So I on the spot made up a new story. I made up a book by Edmund Sugarmarath. And also, Sugarmarath, I was trying to, and forgot the name of this Marvel villain that's an eyeball with like octopus tentacles. His name's like, someone's going to get mad at me. I should really look it up. I'm not going to. It's something close to that. I was trying to make his name. So I made up the story by Edmund Sugarmarath called Pizza in Paris, about having wrong expectations, leads to disappointment. Now, I wanted to do something special for all you folks because we liked the idea of pizza in Paris. Hope you did too. So I went to the hot new fad, ChatGPT. Yes, disclaimer, I used an AI for this next segment. No, that will not be a regular thing. And don't worry, we will disclaim anytime AI is part of our production. We believe in being explicit and transparent about that.
But also using AI for this is what makes it funny.
Oh man, you gotta use AI for dumb things. Like, did you listen to that clip I sent you the other day of they used AI to make Frank Sinatra's voice sing "Get Low" by Little John?
Mm-hmm.
And it is insane. look from the window to the walls. The sweat drips down my balls. You gotta look that up, folks. It's on YouTube. It's brilliant. That's what AI should be used for. So I went to ChatGPT and got it to write me. This is the super condensed version. We got one page from the masterpiece, Pizza in Paris. And I'm going to do a dramatic reading for you. This is the first time Kellan has heard it also, okay? Okay. Are you ready? Okay.
I'm very ready. I've never been more ready in my life.
The cafe was filled with the aroma of coffee and the clatter of cutlery against porcelain. The two men sat at a small table near the window, their faces partially obscured by the hazy smoke that hung in the air. One of them was holding a menu, studying it in an air of frustration. Paris, my friend. And what do they serve us? Pizza! The man slammed down the menu on the table, his voice dripping with disdain. His companion, a rugged man with a weathered face, took a sip of espresso and looked at him with a bemused expression. What's the matter, John? I thought you loved pizza. John scoffed, his face contorted in disdain. Not like this, Henri. Not like this. This is an insult to Italian cuisine. I expected more from Paris. Henry leaned back in his chair, a faint smile playing on his lips. You were always a man of high standards, my friend, but remember, we're in Paris, the city of love and art, not Naples. John's frustration deepened, and he waved his hand dismissively. Love, art, what does that have to do with food besides reminding me of her? Ah, the infamous her again, Henri said, raising an eyebrow. You can't blame pizza for your lost love, John. That's an entirely different matter. John leaned in, his eyes clouded with sorrow. You don't understand, Henry. Every bite, every taste reminds me of the nights we spent together sitting by the pizzeria, laughing, sharing a slice. It was our thing. Henry's smile faded, replaced by a look of understanding. Lost love is a burden we all carry, my friend, but you can't let it spoil the simple pleasures in life. John sighed, a mix of frustration and longing escaping his lips. It's not that simple, Henry. The memories, they haunt me. They taunt me with what I've lost. Henry reached across the table, placing a hand on John's trembling hand. Memories are ghosts, my friend. They will always linger, but they don't have to consume us. We must learn to live with them, to find solace in the present. John stared into Henry's eyes, searching for an answer. But how, Henry? How do I move on? Henry's voice softened, filled with wisdom. You find new experiences, John. You create new memories. You let the past be a stepping stone to a better future, and perhaps one day, pizza in Paris won't taste bitter anymore. John looked out the window, his eyes tracing the streets of Paris. The bustling city seemed to hold secrets and possibilities he had yet to discover. Slowly, a flicker of hope began to burn within him. "You're right, Henry," he said, his voice laced with determination. "I won't let her memory ruin my enjoyment of life. Perhaps I'll order this pizza after all." Henry grinned, raising his espresso cup in a toast. "To new beginnings, my friend, and of finding love and joy, even in the most unexpected places." As the two friends clinked their cups together, the smoky air seemed to clear, carrying with it the promise of a brighter tomorrow.
Beautiful.
And pizza in Paris.
Snaps all around.
Claps all around.
Snaps all around.
It's kind of weird how good that was, right? Like, yeah. Like these technology
that's the scary part of AI.
Come a long way, yeah.
But there's still tinges of missing the human touch.
It's luckily still not quite good, but I mean that was better than a lot of writing.
Like placing his hand on his trembling hand, I think is not a sentence a professional author would write.
Yeah,
that's too repetitive.
There was some awkwardness there. What was
the line about
thing?
Pizza to not tasting bitter anymore? Beautiful.
Oh, that was so good. That was a great line. So dumb at the same time. And perhaps one day, pizza in Paris won't taste bitter anymore. Yeah, I know. I'm like, Henry's such a Chad. Come on.
That big Chad energy. Yeah. Beautiful. This makes me want to write this into like a one-act play.
It's got to be a play. It's got to be this like melodramatic, like throwing pizza on the ground. And
I'm going to do that, honestly.
I've loved and lost, Henry. I can't go back.
a little peek into my life the last week. Okay. I got a little gig doing some sound recording for some local productions.
Oh, very nice.
For some plays through some friends from school, and so I was recording these local plays that are written locally. And one of them was this big musical, and it got me really like urged to write a play. Like I wanted to write. I like writing. I wanted to write something big for a long time. But this really urged me. And so I think before I jump into writing like a big long play, I'll do a one-act of Pizza in Paris, and we'll see how that goes.
Oh, that's a great plan. Yeah, don't write your dream thing to start. Do something small and feasible to kind of get your creative juices going. That's a great idea. Yeah. Very cool. Pizza in Paris.
Do you want to talk to Pokemon?
I do. I just want to point out though that I love that we have lore now. We do. Like we have all along, but it's really growing. You know, we've got the 4-pour, we've got the time we fought, but we've got Pizza in Paris, we've got Point Break, we've got a real deep lore emerging.
Inside jokes. Inside jokes.
Yeah, that's what every podcast needs. What's a podcast without inside jokes? Come on.
That's right.
We could make Pizza in Paris t-shirts, you know?
Yes, absolutely.
Merch.
Anyway, let's talk Pokemon.
Let's talk Pokemon. Let's talk the problem with Paris and not...
Episode 46.
And it's not pizza.
Yeah. This one is... The problem with this Paris is confidence.
Erectile dysfunction.
And it also, that
men all around America, every year, boners are killed.
And men, if your erections last longer than 4 hours, please speak to your doctor.
Yes, Viagra, Cialis.
Yes. Talk to your doctor.
Side effects include watching Pokemon. Side effects include listening to a weird Pokemon podcast.
We go off the rails regularly.
So, all right, let's get into the actual episode. Paris. What is his problem?
Confidence, mainly. So, let's open the episode. The gang has arrived in a small village called Moss Green Village. Another town that does not exist in the games, but it is colored. It is a color name. So it fits with the original theme.
Yeah, it's not dingy, it's not dark.
There's no gym in this town, though, so Ash wants to just keep moving, but they're out of potions and antidotes, so Brock thinks that they should stock up on their supplies.
Misty figures they'll stop for food at the same time. Ash wants a cheeseburger. Misty says, I want to go somewhere nice. Cheeseburgers are nice. They start arguing.
I agree with Ash here for once. Cheeseburgers can be nice. Most if it's a good cheeseburger.
And most sit-down restaurants also have burgers.
Mm-hmm. So. Like a nice restaurant and a cheeseburger are not mutually exclusive.
Yeah. Take that,
Come on,
Ash.
Misty. Open your eyes.
Open your eyes, Misty.
So Team Rocket is spawned from the bushes, and then they start crawling across the ground, and they have these little trees on sticks that they're using to hide themselves.
Such good camo.
It's never gonna never gonna work. But they realize they've left Meowth behind.
Oh yeah, he's sick. He's dying. He's got the kitty flu.
Yeah, he's laid up against a tree, looking real rough. He's looking very, very bad. And so Jessie touches his forehead with her hand, and it literally burns her. He's burnt up so bad with this fever. And they decide that they're just going to leave him there for now because he's still got 8 more lives. So he'll be fine.
What the hell, Jesse and James? It's they're the kind of antagonists that they're so, what's the word, incompetent that you kind of feel sorry for them. And you start to kind of think that they're not actually bad people. But every once in a while they do stuff like that you're like, oh, that's scummy. That's scummy. You're gonna leave me out? He's your ride or die homie.
So this girl comes along then and scolds them for being irresponsible trainers. They go off thinking she's crazy for thinking that they would be the trainer of this thing, of this Meowth. What?
We would never have Danny DeVito as our Pokemon. Yeah, so it's a green-haired girl. She's wearing what appears to be I think they're called a chi pao. I probably didn't pronounce that right. It's a Chinese sort of outfit, traditional Chinese, kind of like Chun-Li from Street Fighter wears on top. Yeah, cool design, and simple but effective. She's the medicine guru.
And Team Rocket tells her that they are superheroes for some reason. But she doesn't care. She
super
is just
losers if you leave a sick Pokemon. Bird.
So she makes Meowth some medicine, leaves him with some pills. Meowth seems to have gotten better.
On the spot. That's quite the skill.
She just bangs out a mortar and pestle and just goes to fucking town on it.
She's like, we just need a root. It used to be called King's Foil. It's down there. It fixes wounds from a mortal blade or whatever. I don't remember what the word is. I'm trying to quote Lord of the Rings, but I'm fucking it up.
But Meowth is better pretty instantly, but he's also gotten sick with love.
Right, so this episode has Meowth, the cat Pokemon, desperately in love with this young woman. What do we think of that?
I think it is mainly a case of Meowth actually being cared about.
Yeah.
And he's never had that feeling towards him, and so the first person that's done it, he's latching on to.
The fantasies are about him being a pet in this household. They're not sexual, thankfully. Wow.
If they were, and we drew furry bait from the forepaw of this episode, that would be a 10. But
I guess
it's a lower number.
I don't know the psychologies of furries. I know they want to fuck animals. Do they want to be animals that get fucked? Is that part
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm embarrassed
quite frankly,
to say that.
I don't think I want to know.
Yeah, we'll move on. So Meowth is charmed by the compassion, basically, that he got. He has shaken off the flu now. He's back at it. Slashes Team Rocket in the face. All right, they kind of deserved it this time, I guess.
Yeah, and then the gang goes into what we learn is a pharmacy, and it's all dark, and we just see one lone woman under a hood in the shadows, grinding up some medicine.
A very old woman.
Some witch-looking motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
And we learn that it is that girl's grandmother, because she comes back into the pharmacy. It's like, Grandma, don't scare people. The
old woman offered them a snakewood cure for insomnia, and it grows hair on your nose and tongue. And I don't remember if it was Ash or Brock. They go, is there a hairless version?
Growing hair on your tongue sounds like a textile nightmare.
Oh, that sounds very uncomfortable, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So Brock does his thing. He's very interested in this woman.
He hits on her. Not the old lady. He hits on the young pharmacist. Yeah.
And he talks about how interested in potions he is, and maybe they could talk over dinner. And she's like, "Oh my god, you guys are trainers. Let's talk about it over a bell." And that piques Ash's interests.
Yeah. Yeah. So Ash just cockblocks Brock, which is good because that was weird. So Ash swoops in. They're gonna have a battle.
But Team Rocket are spying once again. Meowth completely head over heels for this woman. And we go back to the fight. She has a Paris.
The titular This
Paris.
Is the Pokemon of the episode. It's a small arthropod kind of. What is the main body? It's sort of insect-like, sort of crab-like.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
like a crawfish or something.
Yeah.
But it has the more noticeable feature it has mushrooms growing on its back. We're told by the Pokedex it is the mushroom Pokemon and that these are rare mushrooms. Now, is Paris rare?
Not particularly.
Then the mushrooms wouldn't be rare either.
No, they would not. Of course not. But when has anything ever made sense in this game or in the show?
I don't know. That was a rhetorical question, wasn't it? I'm learning to talk human language.
So, interestingly enough, Paris is this bug Pokemon. Misty, throughout the episode, not scared of it.
Maybe it's not a bug.
It is a bug.
Oh, it's bug type?
It's bug grass, yeah, we learned that later in the episode.
Oh, yeah, Misty, come on. So inconsistent. Maybe
she also wasn't scared of the Scyther, yeah.
Oh, yeah, she's scared of a Caterpie, but not a fucking Scyther? A Freddy Krueger bug demon from hell? He's got swords for arms. You should be scared of him. He can't hug you because he'll slice you into pieces.
So yeah, this girl has a Paris. Pikachu tries to introduce himself to the Paris, but Paris is absolutely fucking terrified of everything.
Oh yeah, shy, cowardly. The episode
and we learn
says
her motivation is that she wants Paris to evolve so that she can use Parasect's mushroom to make a miracle potion, make medicine to help Pokemon all around the world.
We know so far that Parasect would be the evolved form of Paris. We have not seen it. It's possible that Parasect then is the rarer Pokemon, so allegedly the mushrooms that come from it could actually be rare.
Mm-hmm.
So Meowth, he'd give up all 9 lives for Cassandra.
Oh, he would. And is this where we learn her name?
Yes. Isn't that funny that I just said her name? We haven't heard her name yet. All of a sudden, Meowth says her name. I started in my notes writing down Cassandra or Cass instead, but they never say her name. Meowth just suddenly knows her name.
Yeah, she doesn't introduce herself or anything. I'm pretty confident in saying that.
Yeah, so where'd that come from? Did it happen off camera, or did Meowth sneak into her garbage and read her old mail or something? That's creepy, Meowth.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Oh, Meowth. Well, James believes in love. He's commiserating with Meowth, but Jesse's too pragmatic for that discussion, slaps them.
And back to the fight, Ash tells Pikachu to go very easy on Paris, that they're going to let Paris win. And then Cassandra tells Paris, good luck. All the Pokemon on Earth are counting on you. No fucking pressure. No pressure at all.
No pressure indeed.
No wonder this thing is terrified.
Good luck. The fate of humanity and Pokemon depends on your performance.
So Paris lets off some kind of spore move. Pikachu does a dodge and lets out this tiny little static
Ash's
charge.
Command, his move command is teeny static bolt.
And it is like a bolt that you get when you rub your socks across the carpet and then touch something metal. It is literally like a static shock.
Yeah.
And it knocks Paris out. He just tumbles over.
Oh, come on, Paris. Is he negatively leveled? He leveled backwards.
Level -7.
Yeah. Okay, so they start brainstorming, and I like when they bring up actual game mechanics. Ash can't keep them in his head for very long. So they say, why don't we use a type that's weak against Paris? We'll give Paris an advantage, and maybe he can do something. Water is weak to grass. I thought that Misty was going to fight, but okay, we get Squirtle. Squirtle comes out.
Yeah, and he's going to have Squirtle use water gun to just sprinkle the mushrooms a little bit.
Sprinkle the mushrooms. Just give them a little sprinkle. Just
like a little.
Just piss on them. Just piss on them, Squirtle.
But even just a little amount of piss knocks Paris out again. He rolls back over.
Heck?
This thing is awful. And so they pivot from, let's send out a Pokemon that Paris's type is strong against, to, let's send out Charmeleon, the Pokemon that is ridiculously strong against a Paris.
Type advantage, and just probably
Double
one of Ash's strongest Pokemon right now, too. Yeah, so that's what I meant, but Ash only keeps mechanics in his head for like 30 seconds. Like, he completely forgot the premise of sending out Squirtle. He completely forgot what they were trying to achieve. What was he thinking? Sending out this violent flamethrower of a Pokemon. Well, and that prophecy writes itself. He flames Paris.
It's bad, because this is where we're really starting to see Charmeleon not listen to Ash
he's the bad boy. City's on flames with rock and roll. He's flaming Paris. He's flaming Ash.
Charmeleon kind of chars Ash a little bit. Pikachu steps in to knock him out, and Paris runs away.
Yeah, Paris just gets out of there.
Just fucking, nope, bye. Paris has run away, and he has come across Meowth now. The gang can't find him, and Cassandra tells us the details of this potion she's making. It's going to make Pokemon more determined and more courageous, and then smarter or something. There's like a bunch of things in here.
Restores defense, attack, concentration, courage, and smarts.
And so, hearing the part that'll make a Pokemon smarter, Misty tells Ash that he should try some when it comes out. Got him.
Bird. Well, you know what? She's right. Come on, Ash. Sending out Charmeleon. You should drink that potion.
So, Meowth is trying to convince Jesse and James that they should help Paris evolve by telling them that once Parasect is a thing and she's making this potion, that from helping her, Cassandra's going to make Meowth the mascot of the company, and he'll make them his business managers, because they are going to have so much money because of how popular this potion is going to be.
Yeah, Meowth doesn't actually care about the money here. Eh? He just knows.
No.
He knows what compels Team Rocket. Mm-hmm. Love wasn't working, especially for Jesse. So if he says, you know what, there's money on the table, now they're listening. They're gonna help him help Paris. Like, they're all gonna help Paris together, because that's what's gonna win over Cassandra in Meowth's head.
Yeah, and so he wants them to lend Arbok and Weezing to him to fight against Paris, because Arbok and Weezing, losing battles is their specialty.
So good.
Got him.
Bird. The funny part is that James and Jesse agree. They're like, yeah, they're always losing. That's kind of mean. They're trying their best. They're putting it on the line for you folks.
This is one of, 3 times in these 2 episodes I actually laughed out loud. I don't normally laugh out loud at these episodes.
I did too.
That got me.
There's also some really cool, Spanish guitar, a slow Western song happening in the background that I'll shout out again if we get the soundtrack pulled in the 4-pore.
So Meowth knocks out Arbok and Weezing and gives credit to Paris, he does it in a secret way by falling from a tree or something.
This is the whole bit, right? Arbok launches at Paris, Meowth whacks Arbok from behind, making Paris think that he beat him up. Same with Weezing. And then Meowth's gonna take Paris on.
Yeah, and Paris just kind of does a little poke into his stomach, and Meowth topples over, dead.
James calls their Pokemon bigger losers than the guy who invented homework.
I missed that.
That's suddenly when I was very aware that this was a kid's show again. Because I'm like, wow, that's a weird concept. Did somebody invent homework? Was it Socrates? Did Socrates invent homework? I don't know.
So, despite how stupid this whole plan is, it seems to have worked because Paris's confidence has shot up sky high.
Oh,
and now he's like, yes, come at me, fuck you, I'll fuck you
flexing.
Up.
He's flexing. He's like the Tyler 1 of Pokemon right now. League of Legends reference.
Yeah,
I don't even play League of Legends.
Yeah.
Someone will get that.
One person might.
Tyler 1 is very, very famous. People will. Have you ever seen that meme of the guy, the muscly dude who's kind of short, looking up at a really tall
that's that
lady?
guy.
That's Tyler 1, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good meme format. I like that one.
Yeah.
So the gang and Cassandra find Paris. They come back across him. They're going to battle again. Paris pokes Pikachu's tail to the ground. And it's really cute because Pikachu gets like really upset for a moment before Ash tells him, like, hey, wait, you gotta let him win. And so Pikachu fakes getting hurt, falls to the ground, and then waves a white flag in surrender.
Oh, that was cute.
Great
flag.
moment.
Yeah.
Love it.
And then Ash remembers that he is indeed an idiot.
Ash. And he goes Charmeleon again.
Charmeleon, baby.
But Charmeleon will not listen, and that's when the grandma comes back and imparts some wisdom into Ash.
Yeah, and some important lore.
And some game mechanics.
The trainer's experience is important here. That's why Charmeleon's not listening, is because Ash is a little baby bitch. He needs to get better. That's what the old lady says, right?
Yeah. She's like, him a little baby bitch.
Baby bitch. Hey, little baby, you want your soother and a rattle? I almost couldn't think of the word rattle. It's gonna be like Thing Baby Shake.
So Charmeleon goes back after Paris, but Team Rocket comes back. They step in as Paris' pep squad.
Yeah, and they're wearing outfits from the that Pikachu episode where he fights Surge, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's that episode called?
Electric Shock Showdown.
Electric Shock Showdown. They're wearing the outfits from Electric Shock Showdown that in that episode I said kind of looked like Jotaro's outfit from JoJo's Part 3. They still kind of look like Jotaro's outfit from JoJo's Part 3. So they're in cheerleader mode. They're the pep squad. Go Paris. You're a winner. You can do it.
But Charmeleon ain't having any of it.
No.
He scorches Team Rocket and then goes back after Paris again.
Yeah, Charmeleon would be such a wildfire hazard.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything's burning.
And so Paris pokes Charmeleon in the gut. Somehow this causes Charmeleon to fall over, and it is just enough experience for Paris to evolve.
The whole segment's sweet. Charmeleon winds up. He's about to beat down on the Paris. And Paris goes for it, pokes him right in the gut. And I mean, Charmeleon had a pre-existing condition. He had a hernia there that Paris took advantage of. But you know what? That's how the cookie crumbles.
Charmeleon with a hernia. I don't want fan art of that one.
There's nothing really to see.
So Team Rocket is very excited now. They're ready to board the gravy train, but Charmeleon whacks him away with his tail, and they go flying off again. He turns back to Parasect, but Spore puts Charmeleon to sleep immediately, which is exactly what Spore does in the game. So
so good. The Spore that's coming from the Parasect kind of shoots out this dust. He shoots out spores that put it to sleep.
And yeah, it makes logical sense within game mechanics because Spore is like the one thing Parasect is good for. Otherwise, it sucks.
Oh, it's not that good.
It's not good.
Move. Gotcha.
It's bug grass type.
Yep.
So it has a quad weakness to flying and a quad weakness to fire, and in Gen 1 that's also a quad weakness to poison.
It's a lot of weaknesses.
It's frail, it's slow, it's just not good.
Let's talk about it looks. So we described the Parasect is a much larger crab now. It's pretty big. It would be intimidating to see. It's smaller than a person, but it's still large. Yeah, it kind of looks like a crab, but it has a very massive singular mushroom on its back, kind of covering its eyes even.
Do you know what the lore is behind Parasect and the mushroom?
No, I don't.
The mushroom is a parasite that has overtaken Paris's body.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Remember that for the literary hour, because I was going to talk about that, and now but I didn't know the exact details, and now I'm definitely going to talk about something. So save it, folks. I know you're screaming at your computers, at your iPhones, at your Walkman, whatever you listen to us on. Save it.
If you're listening to us on a Walkman,
Tell
that
us
is
how.
some dedication.
Yeah.
You're downloading the podcast, burning it to a CD, and putting it in a Walkman.
Oh,
Who even has a Walkman?
A CD? I assumed a cassette Walkman.
A cassette would be even crazier.
Oh, if you're listening to us on cassette, props.
So, yeah, now that Parasect has evolved, they're going to be able to make this potion. Ash and Cassandra, the gang and Cassandra wish each other luck. Ash thinks that next time he uses Charmeleon will listen to him, which, Ash, just stop.
Well, just listen and learn. You can't repeat the same things over and expect different results.
Yeah, and so they head off, continuing on the adventure, and then Team Rocket falls back in at the pharmacy. Cassandra bandages them up and is like, how could I ever thank you for helping my Paris evolve? And Meowth pitches that, I should be the mascot for your potion company. And she's like, no, never. I could never tear you away from Team Rocket. You guys are superheroes, remember?
Yeah, she denies Meowth, but for the reason that she thinks that they're so pure and good, they need to be out there saving the world. You can't break up a superhero team.
Plus, they already have a mascot, and Grandma reveals that she found a Persian in the backyard, and Persian's going to be the mascot.
It's so random. I found him in the backyard. He'll be our mascot.
Just another time that Meowth has been upstaged by a Persian.
Oh, you chose the word upstage. I was going to say cucked. Another time a Persian cucks Meowth.
Again, more fan art I don't know if I want to see.
Gross.
But that's the episode. That's it.
Meowth, I'm a hero, but I got zero. That's what he says.
Yeah.
All right, so holding on to the thread about the mushroom, that the mushroom is a parasite that controls the parasite. That's kind of creepy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, a popular video game franchise, there are, I believe, 2 of them, that was recently made into an HBO series. Very popular, that's causing waves. Pretty good story. Some of the episodes are really well written. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Is that Last of Us?
The Last of Us is about where mushrooms, cordyceps, so fungus, reach an evolutionary level. The fungus itself gets distributed through our food supply, likely through flour. People ingest it and then are controlled parasitically by the funguses, turning them into, by the fungi, I mean, not funguses, fungi, turning them into effectively zombies. Okay? It's about mushrooms spreading around, controlling people. That's what this is. That's what this thing is. Mushrooms that control people. This Parasect isn't a nice Pokemon, and by her forcing the Paras to evolve, he lost his autonomy. She turned him into a zombie.
She didn't force him to evolve.
She wanted him to evolve so bad. Now he's a zombie.
She wanted him to evolve. She
stole his autonomy.
But it's still the Pokemon's choice.
This is a dark and terrible tale called The Last of Us. Oh, so sad.
I actually had no idea that that's what Last of Us was about.
Yeah, it's about mushrooms.
I thought it was just zombies.
No, they're mushrooms.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's about mushrooms. It's basically Mario. It's about mushrooms.
Same thing. Mario Bros. Movie, Last of Us, same difference.
I had a heck of a trouble with both of these episodes, actually thinking about like good classic literature to compare. There are books I kind of thought of, but I didn't really like the comparisons. I'll save them. So I have another movie. Well, I guess Last of Us is TV and video games. I have a movie, though, that this reminded me of. The Will Smith mid-2000s movie Hitch, also starring Kevin James, is about... Do you know Hitch?
No.
Well, you're fine. But it's about... He's like... Will Smith is like an expert womanizer who then, for hire, will teach like dorky dudes how to pick up chicks. And he gets hired by Kevin James to teach him how to pick up girls. But it's specifically like a girl that he's been in love with for a long time. And really all Hitch ends up doing is teaching Kevin James to like have confidence and be himself. But, he has to kind of play through him and trick him into realizing that himself. That's weirdly like this plot, isn't it?
Sure.
Except like with combat instead of hitting on girls.
Well, Brock does that.
It's not a great movie. It's an okay movie. It's a very like early and mid 2000s plot. Like that wouldn't get made now. It's kind of a gross premise.
Mm-hmm. All right,
that's my literary hour. Let's pour it.
Let's pour. Today's first category for the problem with Paris will be the jelly donut effect.
Okay, I do have
Go take
Bulbapedia
a
up
look-see.
because one of them that I figured was a replacement is the line about cheeseburgers. So Ash actually wants to eat hamburger curry, and Misty wants to eat katsudon. And katsudon is it's a pork cutlet on rice with egg. So it's not like either is fancier than the other, but that's what they're fighting about. So that would be a jelly donut effect, I guess.
Yeah.
But kind of an excusable one. I think their translation was fine.
Yeah, it makes sense. And there's also like small things like when the grandma offers the snake root, it's Magikarp whiskers in the dub, which is a little fucked up if you think about it, but whatever.
That's cooler though. Actually,
It is.
Magikarp whiskers. That's like lower on. The hell, snake root, huh, old lady?
And apparently, there's a section, a bit of Meowth becoming an actual beckoning cat, which was cut from the English dub. Nothing groundbreaking.
Yeah,
I'd say 4.
Yeah. So there's yeah. I'll go. I'll meet you at 4. There is a bit of jelly donut. It's not particularly weird or hilarious. Like the jelly donut episodes.
All right. Category number 2 will be.
Let's hear it.
Originality.
I mean, decently. This came before the movie Hitch starring Will Smith, so I think Hitch was based on this episode, if anything.
I mean, probably not, but sure, we can say that.
That was a joke. But I can't. Okay, what's unoriginal about this episode? I guess would be another way to ask this.
A young woman taking care of a grass-type Pokemon in
that's very common.
a little village.
Brock hits on them. Yeah, but the thing about getting the Pokemon's confidence up is new, isn't it?
Yes.
And that's sort of the essence of it. The rest is just flavor.
They had to get Pikachu's confidence up to fight against Surge.
True. Pikachu is confident, though. That had a lot to do with... But yeah, that was about being itself and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. This is a tricky one. Maybe I'll go with 5. I'll go with the Fence Sitter's score.
I'm going to say 4 again.
Okay.
So 4.5 plus 4, 8.5, 4.25.
4.25 for the Pizza in Paris problem pizza fanatic blah.
Yes, that's
for the
name
problem
of the
with Paris.
All right. Episode 2 today. The Song of Jigglypuff. This is a classic.
This is a classic, right? This is one people remember. Shout me out in the comments if you remember this. Shout Kellan out in the comments, too.
So the gang are now in a desert. We join them in this sprawling desert. But over the hill, they see a large, bright city. This is Neon Town.
This is Las Vegas.
This is Vegas. This is the Vegas Melvin was talking about last week.
This is where Melvin wanted to get to. They finally did it. Where is Melvin? Is he at the craps table? Has he lost it all?
He absolutely has.
This is just Vegas. It's in a desert, too.
Melvin has absolutely lost all of it. He went all in on roulette on the first go.
Oh, he absolutely did. And then he took out money from a loan shark and lost that too. So people are trying to shake him up, like they're after him. He's in some hot shit.
So Ash bumps into this new Joyzy hooligan.
Yeah, with it, he's like a rockabilly. Like he's got this what is a hairdo called? A pompadour. He's got a pompadour. Very ridiculous, but cool. Cool guy, I guess.
With the wildest accent.
Oh, yeah. Watch
where you going. Watch where you going, you joik.
Oh, that was good. Ash actually kind of gets really hot here, too. Hot-headed. He's like, you hit me, apologize to me. I'm like, yeah, Ash, watching this as a Canadian, where, even when people walk into us, you say sorry, Ash.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry bud. Just trying to sneak by you.
It's not just sorry. You got to go,
oh, didn't see you. Sorry.
I'm just going to sneak right past you there.
Just going to sneak right past you there, bud. I don't know if Americans know that that's a thing.
That is absolutely a thing. It's great. So, yeah, they're about to get into a fist fight, but Jenny breaks it up, yells at the kids to go find a hotel. People are very short-tempered in this city because they don't get enough sleep.
Running in on her motorbike. No fighting! No screaming! And she's just yelling this.
Go find a hotel!
Yeah, and then she's like, I can't deal with you kids. There's another fight. She speeds off. Bah! Now, the same Rockabilly who is picking a fight with Ash, we see picking a fight with James
Team
of
Rocket.
Team Rocket. Team Rocket's here.
Yeah, and he starts beating James up, and then this large woman comes up behind Jessie and starts beating Jessie up by spanking her over and over again.
Yeah, she picks up Jessie and starts spanking her. And Meowth says, we should have prepared for trouble. That's a good line.
So the next morning, people are arguing outside of the gang's hotel. Neon City never sleeps. It is like Vegas. It's open 24 hours a day. No one sleeps. They're all overtired and cranky about it.
Jenny is still working. If this is the same Jenny, it's the morning now. She's still breaking up fights. Everyone's cranky.
And so the gang heads out of town. Outside of Neon Town, they find a Jigglypuff hop onto a stump.
And Jigglypuff, outside, we're not in the desert. Wherever they went,
yes,
there's
back to a forest.
It's like desert, town, forest, I guess. I don't know.
But Jigglypuff is so cute.
Yeah, let's describe
everyone loves Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff. She's like a small, round, pink ball with the largest, deadest eyes we have ever seen. Peer into them and gaze into the abyss. Sweet nothing will be your reward, for I, Jigglypuff, am the harbinger of doom, and my sweet song shall take you to the afterlife.
I'd go with her. That sounds like a decent way to go.
You know what? I always think in Smash Brothers she looks, but the eyes are much glazed over. That's where I always. And then she's kicking people off the screen, singing.
Yeah, I think I always think
Jigglypuff is this assassin of darkness.
I think the ability Jigglypuff has to absolutely demolish you just makes her a lot scarier in Smash.
That's like what I'm thinking of.
Make you
and
scary.
Then you hit the down B when you're on them, and poof, flies off the screen. Holy
so
moly.
Good. But it's so satisfying to land a rest. That's
great. It sure is. But yeah, the show version Jigglypuff is cute and emotive. But yeah, it's a small pink puffball. It's about
that's it.
75% eyes. It's got these giant Sailor Moon eyes.
So Misty wants Jigglypuff. Ash or Brock remarks, I thought you only like water Pokemon. She's like, yeah, but I also like Jigglypuff, which, I mean, who wouldn't? So she's going to try to catch Jigglypuff. She goes for Staryu, but Psyduck, classic Psyduck moment, he jumps out of the ball. She screams at him.
Oh, yeah, her head covers the screen.
I do enjoy how escalating Misty's rage towards Psyduck gets.
Yeah, but we love Psyduck.
But we do love Psyduck. But it's just funny to see how they crank it up a notch every single time.
Her head is growing monumentally every week.
So Misty has Staryu do double edge against the Jigglypuff, which knocks Jigglypuff back into a tree.
And what's double edge? Staryu
crying.
Just spins and runs into it, hits a tree. This part, I don't know if funny's the word, but this part really it made me aware of how weird all the fighting in Pokemon is. Misty, when Jigglypuff hits the tree, starts crying, Misty goes, "What's wrong?" What's wrong? You jumped it. You sent your flying shuriken of a Pokemon, smack it to its face. What's wrong, my ass?
So they pull Dexter out about it. Dexter says that Jigglypuff sings a pleasant song, but this Jigglypuff doesn't think she can sing. And it's very upset about it. It's very sad. And it makes me sad, because this Jigglypuff looks so sad.
Yeah, Misty's reasoning around the answer to her question of what's wrong is not that the Jigglypuff's crying because it was attacked. It's crying because it can't attack back like a Pokemon would want to, because it attacks through song and it can't sing.
Yeah, and she goes, wow, well, who would want a Jigglypuff that can't sing? Which hurts Jigglypuff even more, and she starts to cry again. Misty,
so mean.
What is wrong with you?
Misty can be so cruel sometimes.
So meanwhile, Team Rocket is spying in again. They seem to know that Jigglypuff's song can put people to sleep. So their plan is to get it and take it back to Neon Town, put everyone to sleep with Jigglypuff's song, and then steal all their Pokemon. And instead of doing their motto, they do a fucking musical number.
Okay, this is incredible.
It's fantastic.
You knew I would like this. They're wearing these like white naval officer outfits. Whenever Team Rocket dresses up, they look fantastic. Like especially Jessie. There's something about like that, like I don't really like the phrase, but like girl boss, isn't that what all the TikTokers are saying?
That's a great phrase. What are you talking about? Girl bossing is such a good phrase.
I think that,
and it's positive too. So
okay, good if it's positive. Yeah, I just meant like I like powerful women and stuff, and Jessie's like a cool character, and the costumes they give her and James are very cool. These costumes are very cool. These white naval outfits with like big capes. They pull out these microphones and speakers, okay?
It's a karaoke machine.
Pump it up to the max. And
they pump it up to 11.
Just beautiful. Well, that joke comes later. We're going to talk about that joke. But yeah. This just butt rock plays with awesome, funky bass, okay? And I did find the lyrics online. You know it's us, Team Rocket, and we fight for what is wrong. We're tired of our motto, so we thought we'd try a song. Jessie, James, the speed of light, prepare to fight. Meowth, that's right. I am the handsome one, that's James. I am the gorgeous one, that's Jessie. Looking good is lots of fun. We get some things wrong, but we keep rolling along. We want to capture Pikachu, we hope to do it soon. And when we do it, we'll be the new stars of this cartoon.
Fourth wall break. Let's go.
Fourth wall. But yeah, cool music video, basically, that interjects the whole thing. Ridiculous.
And then the karaoke machine gives them a really bad score.
Yeah, and they start fighting about who brought it down. Who is the worst singer? No, you were off pitch. No, you were flat. Your timing's bad.
I love that bit. They do this whole number instead of their motto, and they're more concerned about the karaoke score than they are about like actually enacting this plan that they have.
And it was a heck of a music number, guys. You should feel good.
So Ash has Bulbasaur do a Vine Whip against their Weezing. We're in a fight now. It spins Weezing around, and he launches his poison gas attack back at Team Rocket. I thought that was a good bit, and they make him spin like a fucking top.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking about that, too. I actually do like these things that takes Pokemon out of the turn-based sort of reality we normally think about, and start to think about, like, okay, if these moves were actual physical manipulations of space and time, how could you use them? What kind of creative ways could you use them in? Yeah, just spin Weezing around. Gas Team Rocket. That's beautiful.
And so Misty has Staryu use like water gun or hydro pump or something. I don't think she ever says a move. And they flood Team Rocket out of the forest. And now we're going to go into a voice lesson for Jigglypuff.
Yes. And now this is the second act of this episode. And now the conflict has changed. It's all about getting Jigglypuff's voice back. So Misty's teaching Jigglypuff to sing. Very Julie Andrews sound of music, right? That's what's going on here. Fa, re, do, fa, lo, blah, 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 that stuff.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
You can do it. That was beautiful.
I literally just said the words.
Fa, re, sol, la, mi, la, da.
I'm blue, da, ba, dee, da, ba, die.
Oh, good one.
Got him. So, yeah, she's trying to teach Jigglypuff to sing. Pikachu takes a crack at it. And his voice is beautiful.
Do an impression.
I don't remember it.
Oh, he's just like, Pika! Pika! I'm very proud of himself, too. He's
great.
Like, check out my voice. Pika!
But Jigglypuff is very jealous about the praise Pikachu is getting. She goes behind Pikachu and, like, smacks him and then goes back to where she was. No one's the wiser. No one seems to know that she hit Pikachu.
Yeah, and so she doesn't realize that, no, Pikachu can't sing. Don't worry, that's not what's going on.
So they try to have her, like, blow up a balloon so that she can strengthen her lungs.
Maybe the problem's lung capacity next, so they have a balloon try to fill up Jigglypuff's lungs. The balloon just, like, sends Jigglypuff flying through the air like a
balloon.
Like a balloon, yeah.
But Brock finds a fruit that he think will be able to help. Something about probably like the vitamins or the acid, even clearing out your throat or something. I don't know. But she eats it and she starts singing. She's got her voice. She can sing.
Right. So Act 2 has been solved by the fruit that, I don't know, it's just like a weird green fruit.
And so Misty has Jigglypuff sing for them, and we get this beautiful, adorable little animation of Jigglypuff's song, and I love it.
Yeah, so it's like it goes into like a pink dream world, and everyone's like in bubbles, right?
Yeah, and so then we go to Team Rocket. They've decided, they have figured out, they don't need Jigglypuff. They just need Jigglypuff's song. So they've come in with a bunch of sound recording equipment, a boom mic and a turntable, a mixer. They're going to record the song. We cut back to the gang. They've promptly fallen asleep.
Yeah, and that is the reveal. This had been kind of set up before. We knew that Jigglypuff could attack with singing. Turns out it doesn't have control over this. Jigglypuff's song puts listeners to sleep. That's just how it works.
And that's how it works in the game.
Perfect.
Look at that. Go anime.
So the gang's all asleep. And this is, I knew you would find this cute, is Jigglypuff being offended when people fall asleep.
Absolutely.
She puffs up. Whenever they fall asleep, she puffs up like...
So cute.
Just puffs up her cheeks, yeah. And promptly finds, she's also like a 5-year-old at a sleepover, because she promptly finds a marker and draws all over their faces.
Including Team Rocket, because they've fallen asleep.
Yeah, Team Rocket falls asleep too, next to their recording equipment.
And they listen to the recording that they recorded, and it's just them snoring. They didn't get any of Jigglypuff's song.
Didn't work.
All they got was them going. That's it.
Perfect. Beautiful Team Rocket snoring impression, by the way.
Oh, thank you. So they try apologizing to Jigglypuff. She ain't taking the apologies. Brock thinks that some Pokemon might not fall asleep to this song. And he's wrong. All the Pokemon fell asleep to the song.
Yeah, they try Bulbasaur, Squirtle, Pidgeotto, and Onix all sleep.
And then Misty gets the idea. Let's have Psyduck listen to the song.
She's like, Psyduck
He's such
is so
a doofus.
Dumb. He doesn't know the difference between sleeping and being awake.
So they have Psyduck listen to the song, and he's just standing there still, listening to Jigglypuff's song. But she is still a little pissed off about it, and they go and they're like, well, what are you upset about? Psyduck listened to the whole song. And then Misty pushes Psyduck over and screams at him because he fell asleep with his eyes open.
Yes, it looked like he was awake during the whole thing. He fell asleep he goes, "Sigh-yi-yi." I like that bit. That was good. So are they just saying that Psyduck's so stupid that he forgot to close his eyes?
I think so.
Okay. I don't know. I thought that was a pretty cool ability. Psyduck, you're so underappreciated.
Brock thinks that Neon Town is going to be the best place for Jigglypuff to sing, because the people there don't seem to need sleep, missing the fact that the reason everybody is so pissed off in that town is because they are overtired, and they need to sleep.
Yeah, this is Brock again, where he's like kind of smart in a stupid way. Like he knows just enough to be dangerous, right? So he does understand the connections between Jigglypuff's songs, putting people to sleep, and he knows that these people don't get a lot of sleep. He misinterprets the causality of the situation completely, thinks that the fact that they don't sleep is because they don't need to sleep, or that they're somehow sleep resistant, but they're probably just all cokeheads and gambling addicts.
And it's so bright and noisy in that town. How could you sleep?
Yeah.
So they're back in Neon Town with Jigglypuff. They're looking for an outdoor stage. No one seems to be able to help them until Team Rocket in this big vehicle come riding up against them, and they're like, hey, you want an outdoor stage? And they're in these rock star disguises.
Well, and
actually good disguises.
There's
for
a
once.
plot point that happens right before that. Team Rocket here's the gang's plan and says they're doing what we wanted to do.
Oh, yeah.
Have everyone listen to Jigglypuff's music. I think it's James that says, with enemies like that, who needs friends?
True.
So they're just going to have the gang do the plan for them. And so, yeah, that's what they appear to the gang. So the gang's looking for an outdoor stage. Where's somewhere where we can get some big speakers, have Jigglypuff sing. And that is when they roll up in this van. They are British punk rockers, right? They have these like cheesy British accents. And they're trying to look like punk rockers. You're right that they're good disguises because they actually don't look like themselves for once.
Yeah, Jesse's hair isn't the super long pink thing. It's like up and colored.
No, their van is a mobile outdoor stage.
Mm-hmm. They love showcasing local talent.
Yeah, yeah. And they set up the speakers, and this is where we get the Spinal Tap reference. It says, crank the
crank it
speakers
up to
11. Beautiful. Spinal Tap in my Pokemon? Yes, please.
So Team Rocket has earplugs they're going to use to block out Jigglypuff's sound so that once everyone else falls asleep, they can go steal all the Pokemon. And the lights come on the stage, and it's time for Jigglypuff's big performance.
Yeah. What is it? What is it, Kellan? What happened?
It's her song that we've heard 3 times already.
Her song. Well, so they play that again, but this time we get a lovely montage of like everyone in town is into it. People stop the slots, they stop and they listen, and they're like, "Damn, that's a great tune,"
and then promptly fall asleep again.
Everyone's falling asleep. The whole city. Including
Team Rocket, the earplugs weren't enough, and also including the waiter in the cafe who was standing there with a tray of drinks still.
Also, Jenny on her motorcycle and other people driving. This is actually quite dangerous. They're falling asleep at the wheel. Well, there's hundreds dead in Neon City today. The song will just not quit. All of those operating heavy machinery have caused severe damage to the infrastructure.
And so Jigglypuff is, again, pissed off, does a little puff up, and promptly starts... I'm saying promptly a lot this episode.
It's the Sesame Street word of the day.
Yeah.
Today's word is promptly.
And starts drawing on everybody's face throughout the entire town, all through till morning. She spends all night drawing on people's
You gotta
faces.
love a prompt nocturnal markering, am I right?
Mm-hmm. And so the next morning, the town awakes. Everyone is in such a much better mood. Everyone's so nice and apologizing to each other. It seems that the sleep you get from a Jigglypuff song just makes you happy.
Wait, so you think... Yeah, so they did imply that it's beyond just... Okay, they finally got a good sleep, which would help. But it's that it's actually therapeutic. That the sleep from a Jigglypuff song is like healing of some sorts. Maybe mentally, physically.
Because then we see Team Rocket walking off, and their plan failed, and they know that, and they're happy about it. They're fine with it. They're not upset that their plan failed. They're just like, yeah, it didn't work out this time, but you know what? There's always next time.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's got them optimistic. Tra-la-la.
And then the gang hopes to meet Jigglypuff again. They continue off on their adventure, and we get the reveal that Jigglypuff is not far behind. And that's the episode. We'll see Jigglypuff a lot more in this series.
Sweet. I'm excited.
Here's a fun fact about this episode. It was banned in Turkey.
Why do they hate Jigglypuff?
No reason given. Just not allowed in Turkey for some reason.
Maybe because of Vegas. Maybe Turkish people
gambling
don't like Vegas. Maybe gambling.
Who knows?
No idea.
Who knows? All right. Literary hour. Go for it.
Yes, the book Why We Sleep, The New Science of Sleeps and Dreams by Matthew Walker. A book that dives into the science, sometimes criticized as not completely scientific, but about diving into sleep and what it does for our brains. Sure. So also...
That's it.
No, I did have troubles with this one, as I said, but I'm going to do this. Whenever I have troubles, I do the shotgun effect. I'll just go through so many that might kind of work. But I meant the sleep thing as a joke, but it's obviously relevant. There's analogies to some folklore here, though, right? Of like the classic Sandman in European folklore, a being, some kind of folk and mythological person who can put people to sleep.
Mr. Sandman.
Yeah, bring me a
dream. Bring me a dream.
Right,
Make him the cutest that I've ever seen. Continue.
I just loved the song. It put me to sleep. It's the best sleep I ever had. Oh, what a good sleep.
What a good 5-second nap.
Oh, what a good micro nap. It's about that. It's about the Sandman. The dust in your eyes puts you to sleep, folklore. You know, the origins of this, I'm not completely sure. They say European, maybe Scandinavian, but there's, say, gods and stuff that are attributed with putting people to sleep and also attributed to bringing dreams in other mythologies. Believe the god of sleep and dreaming in Greek mythology is named... Oh, God, what is it named? Morpheus.
Morbius?
No, it's
Morbin time?
Morbian time. It's jigglying time. Hey, I read earlier, this is a complete segue, but also not, that Jigglypuff's name in Japanese is Purin, which is supposed to be a reference to pudding. And that's why they wanted it to be, that's why when they switched to Jigglypuff, they wanted Jiggly in there. They wanted something that jiggles. Yeah. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
Wow, I brought the trivia. So yeah, there's themes in mythology and stuff like that. I also thought there's something key to Jigglypuff here, though, is about Jigglypuff sees the world differently from other people, okay? Jigglypuff is the main character in her own story. She's got main character syndrome. And she is going after a form of success. Now, she sees it as singing, right? Mm-hmm. She sees that performant art thing as the main thing that she needs to bring into the world. Unfortunately for her, there are situations and a bit of tomfoolery that exists to keep that from happening the way that she wants, you know? There's a bit of a Don Quixote thing happening here. That's like a very quite old, I believe, 17th century Spanish book about a lower class citizen who dreams of being a great knight and is obsessed with stories of chivalry and stuff like that, and so goes off and creates his own journeys, even though knights and the chivalry don't really exist anymore. Goes off and sees the world differently from other people, but mostly there's, you know, a whole lot of accidents and tripping and falling and well, not exactly, but things just don't there's misunderstandings and things don't go the way that they were supposed to. I think Jigglypuff is a bit of a main character syndrome, which is like a Don Quixote kind of thing. Also for manga, although I never got super into this one, there's still a currently running Shonen Jump manga called Black Clover that's about a world of magic. The main character, Asta, I think his name is doesn't have magic, but thinks that that's the way to succeed, and basically puts his all in trying to force the world into acknowledging him as successful, although it does not come easy. I think there's some of that there in what Jigglypuff perseveres for, what her own measures of success are.
Cool.
Yeah, what do you think?
Good.
Could you think of any stories with singing in it? Besides musicals?
No, not really.
All right, let's pour it.
Yeah, let's do that. I want to play more Zelda.
God, that's why you're so lethargic. Stop playing Zelda.
Never.
And be committed to the podcast.
No. I am editing enough shorts to get us by, and then I'm playing Zelda.
Oh my God. People, shout them out in the comments.
Alright, first category is plot.
Oh, it's a good plot.
It's a cute plot.
It's a cute plot. Yeah, it's a little bit goofy.
Filler.
Yeah, fillery. I don't know. What else? But it gets the job done. But it's a nice setup for Jigglypuff, you know, and telling us who they are. Neon City is a great setting, although that's not what the category is. It's not setting. It's plot, you fool. Okay, so the core plot is just Jigglypuff. Team Rocket wants him, puts him to sleep. They can't find a place. It's a 20-minute sitcom kind of plot, actually.
Yeah.
So it's okay. It's a 6.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Oh, I read your mind.
All right,
what's the
category...
Pokemon that reads minds? Alakazam? Call me Alakazam.
Probably. And category 2...
Wow, you are so focused on Zelda.
Yep.
You have to be committed, man.
Category number 2 is Team Rocket schemes.
Oh, okay. It's a good scheme, right? It's a good plan that they're going to put the town asleep and then loot shit. And there's a lot of wealth in this town.
They just underestimated the power of Jigglypuff's sleep, and that they would also
right. So the bigger picture plan was good. They forgot some very important details around how close they are in proximity. I would think that people did get robbed during this because people probably came into Neon City later and then saw everyone asleep.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I'm going to say 7.
8.
For 7.5. Between that and a 6, that is 6.75.
Nice.
For the Song of Jigglypuff, and that is what we have for today.
We've loved, we've lost, we've laughed, we've cried. This was quite the episode, Kellan. We thought about else. Songs, mushrooms, pizza. Paris.
Yeah, that's it. That's what we were doing today.
What are we doing next week? You Zelda-obsessed addict.
Is 2 more episodes. It's episode 48, Attack of the Prehistoric Pokemon.
Whoa.
And episode 49, A Chansey Operation.
I'm calling it now. My literary hour is Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park, yeah. Don, right? you don't have to do it next week.
Oh, easy. I won't even show up. I'll get ChatGPT to do my part of the podcast. No, that's so boring. Where is our humanity? Are we automating our souls away?
Yeah, don't even get me started.
Oh, but I'll get you to end the episode.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, look
of
at
starting.
That.
It's that time again, the end of the episode. Thank you for telling us what we're doing next week. I know I always forget to ask. All right, this has been To Kill a Delibird. You can find us on the Skittlewickers YouTube channel on YouTube. We'd love comments, engagement. You can also email us at tokilladdelibird@gmail.com. You can find us on most of the audio platforms for podcasts, Spotify, Apple, Amazon, etc. I've been Graham. He's been Kellan. Collectively, we are To Kill a Delibird. You are the audience. I hope that you had a great time listening to us while you selected melons from the market or mowed your lawn. Thanks. Have a great night.
I'm going to go play 10 more hours of Zelda. Bye.
Oh my god, do something useful.
No.
You zoomer.
No. I like building cars.